Welcome to part 2 of the InfinityFitness.com Q&A, and we're going to demonstrate a pulling movement, in this case a lat pull down, using the tri-phase sets that Dr. Serrano invented based on his experimentation in his home gym that I like to call a dungeon of pain, but he's definitely an innovative person as it relates to training, so I wanted to give him proper credit for this technique and various permutations to it. The lat pull down, the way it's going to be executed is when you're starting from the bottom position, you would go up a third, which for most people is around their forehead, and then they go back down to the origin point, up 2/3 of the way, pause for a second, down and back to the origin point, which in this case is the chest, and then all the way up, and that's one rep. So Todd, go ahead when you're ready there and start the sequence. So you're up 1/3 and pause, perfect, down, up 2/3 and pause, perfect, down, and then all the way up. And this isn't a really challenging load for Todd, for the purposes here, just for demonstration. This was the easiest way to do it. But for many of my clients, we've used a neutral grip pull-up with the palms facing each other using this technique, and actually have added load. And that's a strong individual who can do that. It didn't work well for demonstration purposes here, but if you've got somebody who's in the area of 200 pounds and they can use an apparatus to add an additional plate of, let's say, 45 pounds and do a rep sequence like this for 3 to 4 reps, with perfect form and range of motion, and then reduce that load and get a couple more perfect reps, for a strip set type of orientation. That is one strong dude, and that would also be symbolic of very good body composition, because you simply cannot do pull-up exercises very well if you have extra baggage in terms of body fat. So it tends to be somebody who's very muscular as well as extremely lean. Dr. Serrano and I have seen great success with these advanced tactics in terms of training with the GCX-10 as well. The GCX-10 is a rapid physique and performance enhancer. The ATP component in particular has had an excellent impact on improving peak power as well as strength endurance. So when you're taking part in a very advanced training concept like the tri-phase set, it's normal to do a warm-up set or two and then do your first set with a pretty decent load, and the subsequent sets it's like, wow, I'm completely wiped out. My strength is just not there for any additional sets. But when we've had clients use the GCX-10, they've not only been able to steadily increase their loads, but also to sustain that for several sets. And again, we want to keep training sessions at 45 minutes or less to maximize the natural hormonal environment, but you want to really push it to the limit. And as I tell clients very often, how do you know what you're capable of unless you're willing to push yourself to get to greater levels of achievement? And you always do so with proper form and when needed, having a spotter. But I think a lot of people, when they get stale with their routines and been training a long time, they don't ever do anything to really force the body to change. And part of that is providing strategic challenge. And when you go into a training session where you feel like you're confident that the training program is going to work and that it adds challenge, it makes the training sessions much more enjoyable, and that you feel that you achieved something, that over the course of a 4 to 6 week program, you've made tremendous progress when you can look at the training loads. And these are very important components, not only for consistent training, but for that great effort that you need during your sessions to drive, rapid fat loss and muscle growth, or in many cases both at the same time as well. Women have also benefited greatly from the GCX-10, more so from a body fat loss perspective than muscle growth, because women are genetically much different than men, as we know. But one of the very interesting components of the GCX-10, the lactoferrin, well known for improving immunity, has done an excellent job of attacking stubborn body fat. And there's some research studies that would also support those findings, and we've definitely seen that amongst clients, around the midsection for men, the love handles, as well as the lower body as well. The GCX-10, the proprietary blend of lactoferrin, glycine, as well as ATP, has done an excellent job, again, of improving performance as well as body composition without containing any stimulants. But again, if you have any questions about these types of executions or your individual needs, Please don't hesitate to email me at scott@infinityfitness.com. I hope that you'll engage in some new training techniques to drive your rapid success, and I'm happy to help you anytime. Thank you very much.